Welcome to the Free Trade Idea Mondays, where we give out one free idea on the video. We're going to give out one more on the email list, which I'll talk about in a second, from the algorithms that have come through to Trade Ideas members on the weekend. So on the weekend, I run all the stats. They come through all of our different systems, and they spit out, hey, you should look at this stock at this price, entry, exit, criteria, stop losses, position sizing, whole 9 yards. So on Monday, I like to give one of those to you guys, so you guys get a little bit of a preview there. And for people who go over to StatsEdgeTrading.com and they sign up for the free newsletter right here and put in their email, you will get an additional one for this week. And you can either click up here in the free newsletter and just put in your email right here, or if you want to just scroll down, again, these are all of our different systems. You can click on a video here and it will have, my mug just talking about it. All of the detailed statistics exist here, where you can go through the PDF and you can see every month for the last 25 years what the performance would have been to all the different systems. When you get all the way to the bottom here, we got day trading, swing trading, and investing. You can put in your email right here as well. So either one of those. And I will give you another idea that you can take a look at, something that has already triggered for this week that you can see in there. So if that's something new going forward, again, if you sign up for my free email as well, every time I do a video, I just send out an email. So if you don't need to worry about missing anything or anything like that, it'll just go right to your inbox. Without further ado, we're going to talk about this HESM. So this is a midstream LP. So this means it's like a pipeline company. Not an insanely exciting kind of name, but what's interesting about this one is the chart. I really, really like the chart. It's not AI, it's not quantum computers, it's not something crazy like that. But if we can make money, we certainly will. So this game, obviously, from our swing trading setups, and one of the favorite swing trading setups that I have is a pullback setup. And what we're looking for is a big push up, preferably out of a resistance zone, preferably out of a base like we have here. And then what we want is a retest into it. So this is triggered. Full disclosure, I've already bought some in my own account on this name. But what are we looking for? Well, in a perfect world, and if someone were to do this more discretionarily, you would look to see if this holds. So maybe a 30-minute chart or something like that. Again, I'm in, it triggered kind of right around, well, we can go back and see. So this right here is what the Discord alert bot puts in. So this bot is hooked up to my TradingView account. It takes the alert as it happens and it sends it out to the bot so that everybody can get access to it. And you can see all the rules right here. So it was a 39.60 entry with a 37.83 stop. And if you want to click, if you click on that link or copy that link, it will tell you more about the exit rules. But the exit rules are essentially Monday. So we hold it for about a week if the stop loss is not hit, and then we exit on Monday. So with this one, if you look at the 30-minute chart, you can see this is a pretty big zone right here where it's kind of come in and I want to see it enter this zone around $39.50 to $39 and hold this zone and then start to push higher. Then I don't need to use this stop down here. Maybe I can use a little bit of a tighter stop, but we're looking to have this area hold up just a bit. So this is again in the oil and gas space. Now, when I say, some discretion on exits, what I can show you is something like Poet. And this is a good example for today in which we had some discretion on our actual exits, right? So I'm just going to grab some things that we've been chatting about here in the Discord room. So we bought Poet on Friday, and it's from the exact same algorithm, right? Big push up and then a pullback, and we're buying into that pullback at a kind of a pre-disclosed price. And what we're looking for is right here. I said, hey, on Monday morning is we're looking to exit these. That's when the algorithm says to exit them. But on Monday morning, kind of Poet did this right off the first 2 minutes of the day, just absolutely started ripping. So I just kind of posted, hey, I haven't sold any Poet here yet. It looks too good. I'm going to hold some with a 625 stop. And then at 11, this will be 11:43 my time, so 10:43 Eastern. I just kind of said, hey, I am selling some Poet. And I don't do these for all of them, but for the ones that are interesting, I said, hey, I sold a bunch of Poet, and that was around $7 around this area, so maybe 10 cents higher than it is now. I sold some, and I'm going to, so I got a nice gain over what the system did, and I'm holding the rest with a 625 stop. And this is the only place for me personally where I will put in discretion. Different people will use discretion around systems in different ways. So, for example, there's people that are in the service and they'll see a trade come through and maybe they don't like the chart, they don't like the way it looks, and they'll say, I'm going to skip on that one, I'm going to take the next one. That's totally fine, but not really how I do it. On exits, I have kind of two criterias. One is if we are up money. If we're down money, I take the loss. I take the loss on Monday. That's just the rule. If we are up money and the chart looks really good to me, then I will generally very, very closely watch it and look to get out. So for this one, I had about, I think, 2,000 shares. So as it's pushing up higher, I made about $1 or so on the trade, a little bit under that. I just pushed the button on 1,500. So just get me out as soon as that first kind of down tick happened, and then I'll hold the rest. That's where I'll put in a bit discretion. I'm not going to hold it for another 6 months for a 1 week trade. Some people have done that and they've been successful doing it. For me, it's if I can fine tune my exit a little bit, I'll do that. Again, only for winners. So that's the trade that we have on HESM. That's the idea behind it, is that we are looking to potentially hold this until next week. But I'm just going to say, hey, if next Monday we're down here, I'm out. If next Monday we're back up into the 40s again, the 40s or the 41s, maybe I'll hold some, because this base is a pretty nice looking base where we are. You could call this an ascending triangle, you could call it whatever you want, but it's a nice looking base. If we break out and we hold this base right here, I don't know, getting back to highs or something doesn't seem like the craziest thing out there. I know it's a bit of a boomer stock, but it pays you money while you're in it. So this is a very interesting looking one. Again, I have another additional one for those who go to StatsEdgeTrading.com and click on the free newsletter and sign up there. And until I talk to you next time, guys, get away from the screens.